Hi guys, I'm back. This video, my English 3050 awesomes, we're going to talk about start talking about WikiHow formatting. And so I'm starting off on the breakdown of the WikiHow instructions readings that we've been alluding to. I know that you've read some of them. I've gone over in more in reference, maybe not necessarily in specific detail in each one of these, but now that we're kind of in the writing process, we're going to really start talking about formatting. Since one of our goals this week is to kind of start that process of you guys going to maybe have like a Google Doc or you'll have some kind of SharePoint space. You have your final topic, and then now that you have that final topic, you have this one document space that you all then really start thinking about step one, step two, step three, step four, et cetera, et cetera. And so we want to think about the formatting. So I've already pulled up the format article. And of course, some of these things you'll do when you actually write the article. And so some of these things that you'll notice here, right, if you're going to start, when you start each step, you just put a hashtag and then you'll put in your instruction, right? And then the first part of it right here, right? Start each new step with a new line with a hashtag. And then it tells you what not to do, right? And it automatically kind of takes care of the formatting for you. So then when you get to the second one, and then you'll say limit each step to one main action, right? So this is kind of part of our writer's guide too that we're going to talk about in another video. But for now, this formatting just really, really works. They're going to be very, very particular too as you, once you publish your article and even as you're editing your article, even while it's in use, meaning that you guys are still kind of working on it. Just start to pay attention to how these work, right? They're usually I don't want to say short and sweet, but a lot of times they're short and sweet and have each step literally be like one action. And then it says here, like in rare cases, you may have to manually embolden the last part of your first sentence if you need to, or you need to do some things like that to maybe highlight something. But try to be careful about not using too many sub points or sub steps. That's why it says limit to one particular action. Put this here, move this from here to there. Cook 27 minutes or whatever that particular step is. Start each step with a verb, right? Start. All right. So you got cut, draw, screw, consider, or you can use verbs that are abstraction or non-physical, right? If you have to do that, but try to limit that as much as we possibly can. We want to try to really be as succinct, as clear, because we got to think about, right, these instructions, someone else is interpreting them, right? We have an audience, right? So we're going to then think about, and that's where our user test comes in handy. So are they interpreting it the same way, that we're writing it, those kind of things. So avoid using personal references. Conditional phrases are sometimes acceptable. I tend to always try to make these very, very cut and dry, but with just a little explanation. So you notice each one of these here's exactly what you need to do. And then there's a 2 or 3, maybe one sentence, just little mini explanation. And then you just kind of keep it moving forward, so to speak, right? Break up long steps, right? If you do see that you're in a step and all of a sudden you're just like, oh my gosh, I got to tell them to do all these other things as a part of that step, it might be a signal, right? It might be a cue to break those up into different steps, okay? So we want it to literally just follow right along. And of course, with the WikiHow formatting section, this will be, if you're going to use subsections or subheadings, it tells you how to do that. If that is necessary, I'll leave that up to you. I think by and large, just using steps and trying to stick to the 12 steps that we're trying to do is just fine. All right, so if you're going to use subsections, it should be formatted as part or method. That's going to be up to you. If you feel like there is a part 1, a part 2, or a part 3, you and your team can decide whether or not you want to go into that kind of detail. And then that's going to be largely topic dependent, right? Or instructional topic dependent. But notice how each one of these is just boom, right? Here's a good example. Use this, a little bit of an explainer, right? And then here's a graphic here that goes to kind of like summarize everything that's kind of taken place there. I don't want to say it's very straightforward, but do pay attention to those. They may seem like minutiae details, but those details are generally, by and large, very, very, very important to follow those, starting with that action verb, keeping it each step very succinct, not to have a whole bunch of sub points within those. So I hope that's helpful. I'll be back to talk to you about writing guide Bye, guys. Stay safe.